Hello guys, it is a beautiful afternoon here. Very, very hot in the greenhouse. It's like 92, which is really surprising because it's really cold outside. But the sun is beaming, so that's great. I got asked to give a greenhouse tour and I was so excited because who doesn't love the opportunity to show everyone what they're growing? But a couple things I thought I would mention before we get started on the extravagant tour is half of the stuff I'm growing this year, I've never grown before. I can't even pronounce most of it if I'm being real honest. So don't judge too harshly. We're all just going to learn together and see how it works out. My friend last year grew a ton of different varieties and kind of like a light bulb just went off, and I was thinking, why am I being so close-minded on what I'm growing? Like, there's all these varieties. Why would I not try something different and just see what happens? So Nathan and I agreed that we would do that this year, and pretty much most of the things I'm growing I have never grown before, so it's really exciting to me. We'll keep a log, and I'll keep really detailed notes throughout the growing season of what grew well, what I had most pests with, what I liked the taste of, and also what sold really well. So that's something else that you might see a lot as we're going through this little tour is I have a lot of cherry tomatoes. A lot. More than probably I need. But the reason behind that is cherry tomatoes are so forgiving, for me in particular. Super easy to grow. They yield a lot of fruit. And they sell really well. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer when I know that that is something that I can sell a lot of. Pretty easy to take care of. My kids love cherry tomatoes, so it could even be one of those things like I plant them and then, hey, you harvest. They can kind of tend to it. So that was a big reason in growing, and I started a bunch of different varieties that are supposed to have a lot of really unique flavors. So pretty excited about that too. When we go through the tour, this is mainly just tomatoes, greens, some herbs, and like some flowers. I'm so behind. I'm still trying to plan out what beans and peas I want to grow. I did start some squash and cucumbers and melons, so we'll look at that. But this is the stuff that I'm going to plant in our raised beds. So all of our in-ground garden stuff, I have not really honed in what I want to grow, what we have the space to grow, what I think will do well in ground. So let's get started. The kids started these, some more mammoth sunflowers upon request. I've got some granny Cantrell tomatoes. So I'm really pumped about these, and these have done really, really well. This is a blueberry cherry, and another one of my tomatoes that's not a cherry and it's not a full size is the Cosmic Eclipse. These things have just really done spectacular. I've got a hillbilly potato leaf. I believe that's a red. I'm trying to retain all the knowledge as I research all these, which is hard. I mean, when you grow so many, I had to email myself all the varieties and do these descriptions. That way I would know. I've got some tomato red fig cherries, and these are super cute just in the shape that they make. They kind of make like a pear shape. All of those have really done spectacular. Then I've got a chestnut chocolate cherry. I've got some orange banana cherries. So let me turn you around and I'll show you. So this is a wild cherry that I probably don't know the correct way to pronounce it, but these have done really, really well. Here's that hillbilly potato leaf I was telling y'all about. A couple of those. I got some berries, crazy cherries, some orange banana cherries. There's that tomato red fig I was telling you about too. And let's see, this is a berries, crazy cherry. Something I love too that is just really silly, if I'm being honest. I had these white labels and I ran out of them. So whenever I ordered more, I ordered the multicolor ones. And for some people that may be a small thing, but when I come in here and I can see little pops of color, it just makes my heart so happy. So just little small things, small notes. The kids, these were the sunflowers they just started. Here's that blueberry cherry. Look how beautiful that looks. There's the Cosmic Eclipse. Okay, so here's some of the melons. I just started these maybe 2.5 weeks ago. This is a Minnesota midget. I wish I could tell you more about this variety, but off the top of my head, I really don't know. If I'm being honest. I have the seed packet somewhere, so that may be something I do later is go through with the seed packets. Here's a melon. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is. Let's see. Here's an Asian melon. These have done really well. None of my sugar babies have come up. And I've started these multiple times, so I don't really know what the deal is. But here's a blue gold cherry. Oh, my greenhouse just smells so spectacular. So we've had to improvise a lot on room in the greenhouse. I've got this entire wall of cardboard, and this greenhouse was here whenever we bought the farm. So I lose all the sun that would have come in here. I mean, it obviously retains heat, but I'm really limited and I have to get super creative on space. So we brought this little shelf in that's actually worked quite well. I tried to put most of my greens over here. This is a variety of lettuce that has done amazing. I've separated these all out. They did super, super well. So then I have them. This is a rainbow chard, which I'm super excited about. Chard is another one of those things that's really easy to sell. So I will probably be doing more greens like that in the future. Here's some kale. It's just a Siberian kale. These were just some late start tomatoes that I just stuck in a 6-pack. Back here we've got, I've had lots of issues with my peppers. So all of them are super, super small, but this is an Ozark Giant Bell. Let's see, we've got a ton of giant Swiss chard. Look how pretty this is gonna be though. My friend sent me these seeds. This is just, I will not sell. This will just be a trial for our family. I've never actually had Asian green, so this is a dwarf pak chow. Never eaten any of them, so I personally don't know how they taste, how to cook them or anything. So this is just a trial year for me and our family, but a lot of them grew. And then I have lots of sweet peppers. I've got this one. Just go ahead and show you the marker. And then I have down there, I think I have like 4 rows of, or 4 6-packs of a Tequila Sunrise, which is a smaller orange sweet pepper. Nathan doesn't really like hot peppers, and I'm not a spicy person. So most of the peppers I'm growing just for our family, and they're all sweet. So let's see. Down here, I've got dark purple opal basil and a ton of it. And then I have got cinnamon basil and lemon basil. And most of these I've already separated out over here in little terracotta pots what herbs I want to keep like this. I do plant sales each year, So these are actually all going to the plant cell. And here's these little baby, whoops, sage plants, which are pretty cute. So there's this one. This was an old changing table that I turned into storage and a little potting bench. Here's more of those cosmic eclipse. I'm telling you, these things have just done spectacular. Really, they've grown so well. And I just transplanted these out, which I'm excited about. The black from Tula. They're dark, obviously, but they're a big variety. Here's another one of those cosmic eclipse. And the granny Cantrell. Here's a giant Belgium. Here's a lucid gem. So that one's pretty good. Let's see. This is a black variety. Look how big that is. Let's see. This is a cherry. So that's a black cherry. Here's a Paul Robeson. I have been told, I've never grown Paul Robeson before, but I've been told that this is one to grow every year. And I'm not going to lie, I started them late and they've done spectacular. So that's a plus, is that they had a really quick germination rate. They've grown, they've just been great. Here's another blueberry cherry. So here's a pink boar. This is one that I planted a couple times, started a couple times. But now that it's going. That's a Wild Boar Farms variety. So I got more blueberry cherries. Here's another granny Cantrell. I put some of ours. I ran out of these pots. This is what I sell in. I ran out of these, and just for stuff that I was going to plant for ours, I had some extra solo cups. So this is an Oregon Spring tomato. I believe all of these are. So these we'll probably plant later, which I'm fine with. Here's a pink bumblebee. I was told great things about this from my friend Jessica. It's a cherry variety, but super excited to try that one. So I've got a mix along here of cherries and big varieties. So here's some eggplants that are taking a really long time, but I'm actually just selling these to a friend. So we won't actually grow eggplant here this year, which I don't typically grow eggplant. Anyway, so Dr. Witchy, which apparently that's the wrong way to pronounce it, but here in the South, that's how I say it, so I apologize. All of them, unfortunately, I have some that are a little bigger, but most of them are still little, which kind of stinks. Here's another one of those tomato red figs, though. I'm telling you, these things are worth growing just because, man, they give you so much hope. This is another thing, y'all. First year growing loofahs, and I'm so pumped about it. Last night I spent a lot of time doing research. This is what the seed looks like. Spent a lot of time doing research on how to properly trellis those, because I have heard that they overtake a lot. So we've got two at the back side of our property, two really big cattle panels. I think I'm just going to plant a couple along each side and just let them do their things. Here's another cosmic eclipse. Let's see. Granny Cantrell. Here's another one of those pink bumblebees. Here's a white ivory pear cherry, which is so beautiful. Obviously I've not eaten it, but if you Google it, it's a really, really pretty cherry. So if you're looking to maybe grow to sell, I'd put that one on your list. I'd have to, obviously, and I've heard that it tastes really good. And then these orange bananas are really pretty too. So I've got a bunch. Let's see, there's some more white ivory. There's a pink 4, so this one actually has done really good. Like I said, I started them a couple different times, so I think that this is probably one of the first ones that I started. Here's a chestnut chocolate cherry. How crazy is it that we could go eat a cherry tomato and it tastes like chocolate? Like, I'm sold. Here's a Michael, I don't know if it's pollen cherry. Not real sure, but they're really pretty as well. Got some sunflowers back here. I got some beautiful nasturtiums. And these are orange, and look how the outside's already got that really pretty orange tone to these. These have done spectacular. First year growing those, and I've just been crazy impressed at how well they've done. Here's some cilantro that I'll have for sale. I don't know that we'll actually keep any. Here's another one of my Dr. Ritchie's that's gotten a little bit bigger. And a Berry's Crazy Cherry. I'm telling you, these cherry tomatoes are just, where is that? Yeah, so over here, just got some more tomatoes. This one's, oh, what is it? It's a white variety, I know that much. The marker was kind of worn off. Here's another lucid gem. So I've got lots and lots of options. Here's the giant Belgium. This is supposed to yield like 1 to 2 pounds. So, fruit. So I'm excited about that. I don't really have a ton of large varieties. Here's another one. They've honestly been kind of slow growing since I started them the same time. This one's a little bit bigger. But I'm hopeful, you know. And then I got a couple of zucchinis. There's another one down there. Here's a blue gold cherry. These are really pretty. I'm saying that about all of these because how many ugly tomatoes have you actually seen? Not really a lot. Then, of course, I've got the madness here. These I still have to repot out. These are some peppers. And I've got these giant sunflowers. And these things, y'all, are where the money's at. I mean, they're huge. I got some morning glories. This is a mix, so I'm not sure what color they're going to be. But if you can see here, look how beautiful those giant sunflowers are. I'll have some of these for sale, but mainly we'll just put these in the beds and add them around the farm. Got some more kale here. Some Caspanian pink tomatoes. Some zinnias that I put up into 6-packs. So these were all zinnias that I transplanted out last week that I just keep talking about because I can't quit talking about it. Look how beautiful. I think I'm just so impressed because these are just like a couple weeks old. So most of these varieties over here are all my cherry varieties. Some more Siberian kale. Here's some more of that giant Swiss chard. This I'm super excited about. Let me see if I can pull some out. This is a flashy butter gem head lettuce. And I will just be planting this for us on the farm. I will not have any for sale. But it's a beautiful speckled variety. So I've got a couple rows of those. I watered this morning, which is why everything's kind of beaten down. These are all my giant Swiss chards. And then there's a couple other lettuce varieties back there. And then some flowers. Down here, I planted some more of these, but this is a Mexican sour gherkin, also known as a cucamelon. So super, super excited to be growing those this year. They're fantastic. If you've never grown them, put it on your list, people. Let's see. Look how beautiful. I love like cucumbers and squash starts. They're just so pretty. So this is a cucumber, an American or Armenian cucumber. First year growing that. This is a dragon's egg. It is a, like a white, kind of big and fat. Oh, look, I spotted it. Someone told me that moths were eating, my pepper starts, and I just found the little devil. So there's some crookneck squash back there that I will be selling. Boston pickling cucumbers. Honestly, one person can only make so many cucumbers, like pickles. So I'll probably keep a couple of those, and then I'll probably just sell them. Here's this variety of squash I'll be growing for the first time. So I'll be happy to report back to you guys how these do. This is some straight neck squash. I have some crook neck squash. Alright guys, we made it through our first greenhouse tour, and I'm so excited. I'm totally out of breath, and it's really hot in here, but we did it. So that's exciting. Thank you guys for joining me today. In the spring and summer, we'll probably be doing weekly or bi-weekly garden tours, showing you guys all of these plants, things we like about them, things we don't like, taking notes. So definitely stay tuned and follow along with that. But thank you guys so much for joining me today in my greenhouse. It has been my pleasure showing you guys all the hard work that I have put into this. Sometimes it seems really overwhelming, but then when I get to share it with you guys, it definitely makes it worth it. So thank y'all, and I look forward to talking to you soon.